Uh, the thing is, I think I don't have the worksheet because look,
For the paper?
mm,
Why?
I have this. This one, right?
Yeah, it is.
But the questions are not here.
They are.
Yeah.
Scroll down. Scroll down. These are the
Oh my
questions.
god, and I've been looking for different papers.
They are there.
Yeah. You know, I got used to the business. They have
Case study. That would be
case
paper
study.
3. Yeah, the paper 3.
Here we go.
So shall we move on? Shall we?
Sure.
Okay. QF. Quality fencing. Please read.
QF is owned
By Sojourn.
by Sojourn. Sojourn is a sole trader who repairs and builds wooden fences. Most of his customers own houses with gardens in City X. Sojourn is an entrepreneur who has an aim to be rich. He set up QF 2 years ago to fulfill his aim, and he set himself to the following objectives. 1, to make $1 million profit within 5 years. 2, to have a 20% market share in City X within 5 years. Sojourn has made some progress towards his objectives. See table 1.1. Sojourn's target market is house owners with medium to large gardens. Most houses in City X have a garden. Promotion is important to Sojourn because the market for fence building and repairs is very competitive in City X. Most customers book KF services by telephone, but there's a growing need for online bookings. The business is forecast to continue to grow. Sojourn has decided to employ 2 new workers. He has written a job description. So question A, define the term training.
So when I talk about training, training is the process of developing skills and knowledge that will be useful for the business objective.
Okay.
Clear, right?
Yeah.
The second question.
Explain the term entrepreneur.
So we said entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is an individual who has set up a business, who has taken the risk to set up a business in terms of controlling all the factors of production with the aim of making profit.
Okay.
Clear.
B, refer to table 1.
Okay, we'll go back to table 1, okay?
Calculate the percentage change in profit from year 1 to year 2.
So percentage change in profit from year 1 to year 2 will be the year 2 profit minus year 1 profit divided by year 1 profit multiplied by 100. So how do we get profit? Profit is total revenue minus total cost, right? So what's the total revenue for year 1? The total revenue for year 1 is 120,000, and the cost of year 1, the total cost is direct cost plus indirect cost, which is 90,000. So 120,000, which is the total revenue for year 1, minus 90,000, which is the total cost of year 1, gives us 30,000. So year 1 profit is 30,000. Year 2. Total revenue for year 2 is 240,000, and the total cost for year 2 is 150,000. Okay. So total revenue of year 2 minus total cost of year 2 gives us 90,000. Okay. So percentage change in profit will be year 2 profit minus year 1 profit over year 1 profit multiplied by 100. So year 2 profit is 90,000 minus year 1 profit, which is 30,000, divided by year 1 profit, which is 30,000, multiplied by 100. So we have 200%. Okay.
Explain one difficulty in measuring the market share of QF.
So when you have to measure the market share of QF, that's question 2, right?
Yeah.
The market share is, what's the formula for market share? The market share is the brand sale of QF divided by the total market sale of QF multiplied by 100. But here we're talking about the difficulty that this market, QF could face because of measuring the market share. Yeah, I said difficulty that might be encountered is the kind of product involved. Yeah, we talk about fences. It could be wooden fences. It could be other sort of fences. It could be maintenance. So you can't understand the kind of fence that are in that market. So you wouldn't know the one that QF will be attached to. The point is that there are different kinds of fences. So the kind of fences that QF repairs is not the only fence that it's not the only type of fence available in the market for fence. So it is difficult for us to understand if QF market share is in line with all the fences. That's the first point. And the second point I make is that the market itself, look at what they said here. They said, because the market for fence building and repairs is very competitive. Most customers book QF services by telephone, but there's a growing need for online booking. So the market itself is competitive. And as a result of that, QF needs to understand the changes in patterns at this present time. So QF idea in the market might be outdated.
Yeah.
Do you get the point?
Yes.
Okay. So that's about that. Then we'll go to question C.
Analyze the problems with the job description created by Sir John in table 1.2.
So look at the job description. First, you have to define what a job description is. What's a job description? It describes the functions and responsibilities of a role within an organization. That is a job description. So look at this job description. What are the problems with this job description? The first problem I've seen here is they said salary based on age. Why will you base salary on age? That is age discrimination.
Oh, okay.
Do you understand?
Yes,
it's
yes.
age discrimination, which is not good.
Yeah.
So if this company, QF, might also be sanctioned by government because it's discriminating through age.
Okay.
And another thing about this age discrimination of the thing is that older people might have interest in the job, not younger ones, because it's based on age.
Yes.
You get the first point.
Yeah.
The second point is here they said required as soon as possible. Required as soon as possible. No date is put. There's no date there. So if I am seeing this advertisement right now, I might feel that this advertisement is been done, it's a long time ago. So we wouldn't know when it started and when it's going to end, like the deadline for these adverts. So it's not ideal. Yeah. Because you can't state when the deadline of the adverts.
Yeah.
Is it clear?
Very clear.
So go to B. D, right?
Yeah, recommend suitable promotion methods which could help the student achieve his objective.
So here I choose, there are different methods you can use. You can use internet, you can use newspaper, you can use magazine, you can use a lot of different, you can use even discounts. But I choose internet and newspaper advertising. So let's talk about the internet. When you talk about internet, we can use recommended QF, Surgeon can use recommended websites and also use social media. For using social media, it means it can target certain customers through the social media, like the Facebook, like the Instagram, like Twitter. You get the point? Yeah. So in the course of using online, it also means that through its advertisement now online, it can also allow customers, it can drive customers to starting booking for its services online. That's the advantage of using internet. Clear, right? Yeah. Therefore, the newspaper advertising. For newspaper advertising, I said it can target high income earners in city X. Because high income earners in city X would be having houses with gardens. So that means it can target these people because high income earners would read newspapers. So with newspapers, high income earners might see that, oh, Surgeon can have some maintenance work with their gardens. Do you get the point? Yeah. So that also increases its revenue. Is it clear? Very clear. I'll go on to two. Okay, yeah, question 2. Please read.
CP is a public limited company which sells candy, sweets, to national market and international markets. CP has benefited from internal growth over the past 8 years and has a good working capital position. The total market sizes are shown in table 2.1. CP is a capital-intensive business, but it does employ 40 workers to operate and maintain the machines. These employees have a part-time contracts. The candy is made using full production. Each variety of candy is made on a separate production line. Some of the machinery is over 25 years old. CP has 20 separate production lines in its factory, and there are these economies of scale. The operations director of CP has proposed that a company changes from having many production lines to a single production line using process innovation. The business has carried out research into new machinery that will allow for mass customization, and an increase in the number of products produced each month. This would mean CP could have just one production line, which would make it every type of candy which CP sells. CP could also increase its product portfolio. The new machinery would cost $75 million, and its installation would require CP to stop production for 6 months. Most of the current workforce would face redundancy. The finance director has concerns about how CP could finance this new machinery. CP does not have any retained earnings which it could use, and the business has already been told that a bank loan is not possible. A, define the term internal growth.
So when we talk about internal growth is organic growth. That means the business is expanding within its own, using its own resources. That is internal growth. You are using your own resources for your expansion.
Okay.
I think it's clear.
Very clear.
Yeah.
Two, explain the term capital intensive.
So when you talk about capital intensive, it means it's a kind of production method that involves huge investment in machinery.
Okay.
Rather than using and fewer workers. That is capital intensive. Clear.
B, refer to table 2.1 calculate the percentage market growth in the international market for candy.
So we have to use the table again. Go back to the table. Well, yeah, the market data for candy. The question is saying we should calculate the percentage market growth in the international market for candy. So we'll go to the international market. For international market, we have 2017, 60 billion, and 2018, 61.5 billion. So percentage change is the change in the market size divided by the original change, or original size multiplied by 100. So the change is 61.5 billion minus 60 billion divided by the original, which is 60 billion multiplied by 100. So we have 1.5 over 60 multiplied by 100, which is 2.5%.
Clear. To explain two ways in which CP's marketing may differ between its national market and international markets. So
when we talk about marketing here, we're going to talk about the marketing mix. We have price, we have place, we have promotion, we have product. So here I'm choosing product and price. So there's the international market and there's the national market, that's the local market. So based on products, the international market will have different tastes and fashions. So that means CP has to provide products based on the taste and fashion of different countries. That's the first one. That's difference in products. The second point is about difference in price. And when we talk about difference in price, we're talking about price elasticity. Because price elasticity is the degree of responsiveness between the quantity demanded of a product as a result of a change in price. So different countries will have different elasticity to the candy, yes or no?
Yeah.
So some countries might see candy as luxury, which means it's going to have high elasticity. While other countries might see it as even normal goods. Based on country. Is it clear?
Very clear. C, analyze one internal source of finance and one external source of finance, which CP can use for the new machinery. So
when we talk about, first you have to define internal source of finance and external source of finance. What is internal source of finance? When you source for fund within the business is internal. Example is through retained profits, sales of unused assets, or savings, personal savings. These are internal source of finance. But remember they said CP doesn't have retained earnings. It doesn't have retained, so it doesn't have retained profit to buy the machinery. So one method which CP can use through internal finance is the sales of used assets. It has the old machinery. It has the old machinery that has spent 25 years. CP can sell that and have some cash to it to buy the new one. Okay. Then we go to external. For external source of finance, this is a finance or this is a fund, which this is a source of fund that comes through other sources of. So for external source of finance, there's sourcing for fund outside the business. That's the external source of finance. But note that CP is a public limited company, right? So that means CP can use a sale of shares. So CP can sell shares to the public. And raising funds from the public, it can buy the machine. But note, if CP is selling its shares, it's going to start losing control of the business. Clear, right?
Yeah.
We'll move on.
D, evaluate the likely benefits for CP of the proposed process innovation.
What is process innovation? Process innovation is the implementation of new ideas, new or improved production method to the cause of your production. That means you are implementing new methods for production. It could be through new use of equipment. It could be through modification of products. All right. So what are the benefits of product innovation? Number one, economies of scale, technological economies of scale. Now CP is going to get new equipment. That is why it's changing from 20 production line to 1 production line. So there's efficiency use of machine. That is technological economies of scale. The second point is about efficiency. CP is going to replace the 25-year-old machinery with a new one. That brings efficiency. Yes or no?
Yeah.
The third point is direct cost. CP is going to make some workers redundant. Yes or no? So that means direct cost will be reduced. Workers are going to be replaced with machine. That means direct cost is reducing, which is good for CP.
Yeah.
And the last point I make is about increase in CP's product portfolio. With new equipment, CP might be able to produce different kinds of different sizes of candy, different brands of candy, which increases its product portfolio.
Yeah.
Anyway, and when we talk about product portfolio, it allows CP to talk about the Boston matrix, which are the cash cow, the dog, the star, and the cash cow, the dog, the star, and the problem child.
Yeah.
Any question about that?
No.
So we're done.
We're done. For us.